Hi guys, CP Sharp here. I'm just going to show you how to use this old trick to isolate objects in the foreground or whatever it may be, a character or an object. Back in my day, this was the only way to really, if you want to blur something in the foreground, this was the only way to do it easily. It's not needed as much anymore because you got this super DOF tool now. But this still has some pretty cool uses. So I think I learned this from someone from PHW named Shazbot. I think he was the one who kind of came up with this technique. But anyway, what you're going to do is, so first of all, just get your pose going, and then select your camera tool, and just figure out where you want your shot to be. I guess we'll just go right here. And then without moving, all you have to do is press and hold Q. Under tools, you're going to want to pick the under render the camera tool. And then just simply, without moving, just click, left click. This will place your static camera, which does not move. So we binded it to number 4. And then just select your camera again. We'll click 4 because that's where we bounded the camera, the static camera. And then left click to take the shot. Alright, and the next step is we're going to essentially turn Barney here into a green screen. And by making him a green screen, it'll be easier to isolate him in Photoshop later on. So less work to do. So essentially just want to pick a bright ass color, so we'll just do pink, I guess. Usually works pretty well. And then go down to material here. Choose debug white. And just click on him. And the next step is select, where is it? Lamps. Choose hard light. You want to spawn 2 lamps. Actually, these lamps should carry with you around when you're working on your comic or your screenshot or whatever. Place the lamps on either side, both sides of the camera. So get Barney here and make the pink stand out. That's our end goal here, is make sure you can see the pink really well, so that Photoshop can see it really well. And then select your camera tool. Oops. And again, without moving anything, don't change the zoom of the camera, don't change the orientation of the camera. Just simply left click again. And then the shot we took here matches up with the shot we just took a few minutes ago. Alright, so here we are in Photoshop with our green screen here, or in this case pink screen of Barney. So what we gotta do is select Barney here. So you're gonna go to you can go to the left here. There's this quick selection tool or magic wand tool or something. So just left click that. I usually have the tolerance set to like 70. And then all you gotta do is essentially just click anywhere in the pink here. It'll automatically select anything that's similar. So that's why we use pink instead of red, for example, because it might have picked up this in the background. So you can see it missed some spots down here. This is why it's so important in game to make sure you use the lamps to make your green screen shot stand out as much as possible, because it makes it easier for Photoshop to isolate it. So to get around this, all you have to do is essentially you just right click these regions and then do add to selection. Right click over here, add to selection, and such as. And once that's done, gotta go to refine edge because it is a little bit jaggy. There's some jaggies here. So you can adjust smooth, set that to 2. Click OK. Alright, so that's good enough. And once you're satisfied, all you gotta do is right click your selection, save selection, call it whatever. And then you gotta load up the original photo. Here's our original shot of Barney. And then just right click anywhere, load selection. As you can see, it's already got our channel set to what we isolated. So just click OK. And as you can see, it's pretty much, because we used a static camera and then the camera angle is exactly the same, it's isolated Barney pretty much perfectly. So now what you can do is you can just right click Barney, do layer via copy, and now we have our own separate layer of Barney here that's separate from everything else. So once you are able to isolate like the character object in the foreground, you can pretty much do anything. So for example, if we unlock this layer here in the background, you can essentially, for example, make Barney here stick out of a comic panel that he's in. So stuff like this kind of, so you can have your characters pop out. Pretty much anything you can imagine. So yeah, it's just an old trick I picked up on how to isolate characters in Gmod. Hopefully it was helpful to some of you. Stay tuned next time.